All right, everybody, welcome back to Mildly Interesting, brought to you by our weekly sponsor, the Captain Sparkles 2 channel on YouTube. Again, I think we did this one recently, but that's fine. Do you like Among Us and also Minecraft content that also gets more views than the videos on the main Captain Sparkles channel? Well, that's great. Let's give it more of a boost. Head on down to the Captain Sparkles 2 channel linked in the description, and you can find all that and more. And how could we forget the like button right below the video? Check it out. Let's start off with number 19. I found a pebble that looks like a slice of French toast. I thought it was toast from the thumbnail, so I'm convinced. That really do look like French toast. You know, it's also mildly interesting. I just ate cereal this morning for the first time in like 5 years because I got sent the new Minecraft cereal. This is not sponsored. They sent me some boxes. And it also smelled like French toast. That was my first comment in my head about it. So there's a lot of French toast going on in my life right now, and I'm perfectly fine with it because it's really good, and I haven't gotten to go to a restaurant and eat French toast at a table in person in 6 months. These baby dolls carrying away corpses. Oh, that's an interesting Halloween decoration right there. We're already in the spirit. What's today's date? All right, it's 3 days before that, so we're talking end of September here. And that's unnecessary. That's a little bit too morbid and gruesome. An inclined driveway that has stairs. I've seen this before. You're telling me I could have taken a picture of a house I've seen with this exact thing and I could have gotten 75,000 karma on the internet? Also, I would look at that driveway and be like, I don't like it. That's a bad driveway for having a low clearance car, because I bet you that, at least in LA, if that were in LA, where that meets the street, it's like this. I just don't understand, LA. Why are all of your driveways so bad, dude? Like, oh, it's a threefold thing, right? You have one, the streets are really, really like inclined out towards the edges for the sake of drainage. So it's already going like that way when you get to the curb. Then the curb is high, and then you'll have a very like a skinny driveway that's just the width of a car, so you can't even take it at an angle, and then it goes up steep. It's so bad. It's really bad. And part of the things that I have to consider when going anywhere is I have to Google Street View the destination and determine whether or not it's a place I can actually enter. My toaster has a bit more button. I like it. It's like snooze for your alarm, but it's on your toaster. It's a smart idea, right? You like preview it and you're like, just a little bit more, and you don't have to set the whole time over again, set whatever the routine is, and then stop it prematurely. It's just snooze. Let me sleep for 5 more minutes, and then another 5 minutes after that, and then 5 more. And by the time that we're actually done here, it probably would have been more worth my time if I just set it on the next actual cooking routine and went away and did something for a minute, but just a little bit more, just a bit more. I opened a decade-old PlayDoh container to find it had grown crystals. That is actually mildly interesting. I wonder, what is PlayDoh actually made out of? I never bothered to look into it, given that when I played with it, the internet wasn't as much of a resource at the time. It was dial-up modem time, and I was also like 4 years old and didn't really have the presence of mind to be like, I wonder what atoms and molecules are within this Play-Doh. If I had to guess, there's some carbon, silicon, oxygen. Those are my guesses right there. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but at least I bet I got one of them. This Tibetan cherry tree at my local park looks like copper. That's the smoothest tree I've ever seen in my life. Why is it like, what's going on here though? Why is this a copper pipe? And then the other branch over here is just like some average looking branch. Does this branch get envious of the other one? Is it like, God, when I grow up, I want to look like the main trunk of this tree. Why do I just look all lame and generic? Whereas, look at this polished thing. I bet it transports water really, really well. It's just hollow. It's actually just a water pipe. The people who designed the park were like, what if we make the plumbing for the park just really blend in? All the man-made stuff should look like it's natural, so we'll just make a pipe that looks like a tree, and people will be like, wow, this tree is really cool. I've never seen anything like it before. Whole other world I found in a beer bottle laying in the woods. I mean, I guess, it looks like over time dirt got into the beer bottle, and then life finds a way. You know, if you've ever had it, it's like if I just have the dirt laying at the base of the foundation at my house, no matter as much as I try to keep it just dirt and not a bunch of weeds growing in it, the weeds find a way to grow. Just life does find a way. I found a cicada with the McDonald's logo on it. Well, little do you know that besides the fact that looks absolutely disgusting, this was actually part of a failed McDonald's marketing campaign back in the 1990s. You know, the cicadas, they come out every 7 or so odd years, and McDonald's decided that a great way to capitalize on this would be to take every single cicada in the cicada outbreak that happens every whatever years, and they brand it with the McDonald's logo. And sure enough, due to the super obnoxious sound that they make, as we all know from the Twilight Forest mod in Minecraft, the people would get a close look at them and be like, I hate you, but then they'd see the McDonald's logo and be like, you know what? Now I need to go get a burger. This tree in my neighborhood that has one branch of an apple tree and the rest is a normal tree. Okay, who are you to claim what a normal tree is versus an apple tree? That is tree normalization, okay? There is a whole host of variety of trees in the world. Are you saying anything that doesn't look like that tree is not a normal tree? That's very rude to all tree species. I can't believe you would do that. But also, wait, why? How does that work? Top comment says, nice grafting. I love the trees with 4 different fruits on them. So cool. You can tree transplant? This is an actual thing? What? This is fascinating. You can just take branches off of a tree and stick them to another tree and make a Frankenstein's monster tree. You can make a tree that grows apples and oranges and lemons and limes and confuse the heck out of anyone walking by being like, I don't think that's how nature works. My hair is half blonde, half brunette, including eyebrows. Huh. At first, from the thumbnail, I thought she was wearing the most awkward face mask I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's just a gigantic rectangle that attaches to her face. I didn't realize it was like just blacked out for privacy reasons. That's interesting. It could be achieved by hair dye. Just want to say, not that I'm, karma conspiracy theorist here, but there's a possibility you just be like, whoa, look, my hair, naturally this and this, split in 2 different colors. Don't mind the dye that was actually still in the frame. But anyway, it's probably possible. Black shirt of mine that got a solar tie-dye job after years of being crammed in the back of my car. Dude, it looks like your shirt is on fire. So that's just based on the parts that were like exposed to the sun and faded because it was like folded. It actually looks exactly like stock images of fire that you then overlay in Photoshop and do a multiplier screen on, whichever. I always get the 2 mixed up, and then you have fire on your images. It's pretty cool. That's really nifty. Partially burnt down electrical pole near my hometown. Bro, it's like still on fire. That thing gets zapped by lightning? Or why is it just like, it's like a cigarette and it's just slowly burning from the bottom up? I didn't realize that the power lines actually have that much tension in them. Guess it's good to know that they're that stable, but also I wonder, like, if a power line ever snaps, does it just like ricochet back like a garage door spring? Which is terrifying. Anyway, it's kind of cool. Just, I wouldn't want to be the person who has to deal with that. Melted some beer cans and made a shiny rock. That's an extremely satisfying shiny little rock made of melted aluminum. That's really cool. It looks like just a still frame of, what is it, gallium, I think. Why do I always get it confused? Gallium's the metal that's, it's a liquid at like body temperature, but it's a solid at room temperature. So when you have it in your hand, it just starts to melt. It just looks like that. Also looks kind of like mercury, even though it's solid, obviously. But hey, this is why you can recycle aluminum cans, right? Because they can be melted down and turned back into usable aluminum. That's why you get your 5 cents back if you bring it to the recycling place in various states that have that, because probably a lot of people are like, what do you mean your 5 cents back? There's a thing, or is it 10 cents? I can't even remember. That's why, like, there's a thing on the can or the bottle in glass cases that says, like, MECA something, 5 cent, 10 cent refund or what have you. It's like, it's a tax that you pay for, but you get it back if you return the can or the bottle. The Futurama boxes have a 30th Century Fox logo. I think I've actually seen that before, a little Easter egg. I don't know if it was on the box of Futurama. I could have sworn that there was some, like, did they do it as an intro to one of the Futurama movies or something like that? There's something where I know I've seen this before, but it's a clever show. Well written. It's a great show. I would highly recommend it. Twinkies and Pop-Tarts in Swedish disgusting food museum. That's okay. That's just incorrect. Yeah, I know, it's probably pretty disgusting what happens when it actually ends up inside my body, but I'm not thinking about that when I am just chowing down on some delicious junk food, okay? Is the goal of this exhibit to say, yeah, it might look good and taste good, but when it gets inside you, it's disgusting. And I'll be like, isn't that kind of the case with just about everything? I'm pretty sure any food that I see mid-digestion, or it's already in there, it's probably gonna look pretty gross, okay? At least this stuff I really enjoyed, even if I know it's gonna come back to haunt me in a few decades down the road, okay? A customer used a 37-year-old Crisco coupon today. Heck yeah, save 30%, no expiration date. Oh God, the poor cashier. Just like, what do I do with this, bro? This was made back in the 80s. I don't know what to actually know 90s now. Oh, God, help me. It's 2020. 30 years ago is 1990. I was almost going to say the 70s, and then I was like, we're not in the 2000s anymore. Please help me. This Reddit billboard advertisement for their voting initiative. If you can vote for this United Steak of America on Reddit, you should vote for real America, too. Is this actually a billboard that was purchased by Reddit as a company? How did I miss the United Steak of America? Well done. Bravo. This is in LA. How have I missed this? This is on Olympic in LA? I recognize those buildings too. Oh my God. This is in West LA. I've driven around West LA in like the last few days. This is 25 days ago? I can't believe I haven't seen this. I'm very disappointed in myself. I could have taken this photo. I could have gotten the 101,000 karma of actually taking a photo of an image that got a lot of upvotes on Reddit. Now I'm recycling it technically, but it's in the flesh, in person on a billboard, and then does this count as a repost? That's my question. This morning I found by far the smallest frog I've ever seen in my life. My average size fingernail for scale. I was about to comment, yeah, I mean, the frogs are obviously going to be really small when they're born, and then I had a realization that, no, wait a minute, no, tadpoles. So that's right, frogs are farther up in the stage, so this is like, that's an adult. Are all frogs born as tadpoles? Oh no, this is a question I should probably know the answer to. Are all frogs tadpoles first? Yes, I'm not the first person who's had this question. Oh, all tadpoles grow into frogs, but not all frogs start out as tadpoles, reveals a new study back in 2012. So, this could just be a baby frog. The more you know. And the top for the last month of Mildly Interesting, the sun hits this freshly paved tarmac just right, made a real-life rainbow road through polarized lenses. It just looks like the road is covered in oil. I'm terrified to drive on it. The second you get on there, your car is just gonna slip out. Oh God, dude, Rainbow Road. Bane of my existence, just falling off the side over and over and over again. Especially in the newer Mario Kart. I haven't played it a lot, but dude, it's like you add in the drifting mechanism and you want to drift for speed, but then you just fly off the edge because it's harder to control. I need to work on my Mario Kart, but brings me back. Brings me back. Polarized lenses do a lot of cool stuff with making things rainbowy looking. I should get some. Although it just scare me. I'd be like, forget that I'm wearing glasses. I'd be like, is this road surface okay? I don't know what's going on here, but I'm scared to drive on it. But now I'm stuck here. Dang. All right, well, that's it for the last month of Mildly Interesting. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more Mildly Interesting. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit the bell even if you are. Feel free to check out Captain Sparkles 2 on YouTube as well if you want to see cool video game, lots of long content videos from live streams. All right, see you next time.